What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Slim Ernie, and today I'm here with another video. Today we are doing shoulders in the basement. Now, as you can see, the basement is flooded again, so we're gonna have to deal with that. But no biggie, it's just mud, I'm guessing, right? But anyways, we're gonna get straight into it. Remember, we're just doing shoulders today. Now, shoulders as a guy, it makes your posture more of a like a diamond shape. You know, you gotta have some good shoulders, good biceps, and your traps are pretty much be the sauce to the chicken. All right, but where I'm gonna do these push-ups? Yeah, I'm a warrior. Fuck it. Yeah. So we're gonna do these 100 push-ups. Oh yeah, and what we're gonna do today, right? So we're gonna do some butterflies and we're gonna do some shoulder press. And yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. You could do dips, right? You could, I don't know, I think about it as we go along. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. You know, fuck ain't that deep, you know. I was a type of kid playing the mud as a kid anyway, so it's not a big of a deal for me. All right, so let's get started. And today we're on day 5 of my fast. So if y'all didn't know, I've been on every month. I try to every month. Usually I may skip a month depending on how I'm feeling. But yeah, I go on a 1 week's fast. So that's just basically fruit, water, and coffee, and some bread. Usually that's just like what's it called, a night thing. You know, I just have some bread, smoothie, water, and coffee. That's just pretty much it. And I do that for a month. And yeah, that gives me some clarity, and it just to keep myself disciplined and do something hard, you know. And yeah, physically, there's no true benefit of it. It's pretty much just a mental thing. And I mean, of course, depending on what you're reading, you know, fasting is good, you know, spiritually, you know, because majority of the time we eating processed food, nothing is actually organic. But here's the kicker, right? When I am doing my week fast, like towards like the end, I'm looking up foods to make, you know. But here's the thing: is I become more food aware. You dig? So like I remember like the when I was started doing it, like I was slowly not eating McDonald's no more, not eating Popeyes no more, not eating KFC no more. You know, like I started to cut away slowly from the fast food. Like you won't catch me eating certain fast foods. Like what? I'm not eating that. Like come on now. Like and here's the thing: when I got enlightened, was I would walk to the park, right? We are gonna do these push-ups, but I'm just gonna tell this real fast. But yeah, I remember I was walking to the park. No, I was walking back from the park, right? I usually do that on Sundays. I meditate at the park. I'm walking back, and I'm just smelling the grease from Popeyes as I'm walking by. Like I'm just smelling the grease, but I'm fasting, so it's really hitting my nose. I'm like, damn, like that shit strong as hell. Like as I'm walking, like, and we on a fast, like your senses heightened. You're hungry, especially if you smell some food, man. You gonna smell every recipe in that bitch. You dig? So after that, I just stopped eating Popeyes, and I live right near Popeyes. That's like I'm hungry, fast food. Like shit, that shit near. Let me just grab that. But after that, nah. You dig? Oh. That was a cool 50. Remember when we do these push-ups, man. Yeesh. That floor is dirty. But yeah, so I don't know if y'all heard that, but anyways, so 50 standard. Then after that, we do 25 diamond push-ups, and another 25 diamond push-ups, and that equals the 100. And today I went to the gym today. I had cardio, which was pretty smooth, pretty smooth. I see. I don't know if I remember seeing Big Booty Cutie. She wasn't at the gym. Nah, she wasn't there. But yeah, see, I don't know what race she's. I don't know. It's some older chick. She's looking good. Then so funny. It's some other chick too. I think she's probably like Spanish. I don't know, but she look like an old soul. One of those. She look like she probably got a kid. I could see. She look like the type that got a kid. Somebody got to it. That's why I'll be looking at shit. Some nigga got to that. Whew. Yeah, I give her the shorty, the Spanish shorty I be seeing. Probably like a 6.5, 7. Give her that. I don't know what her physique be looking like. She be hiding her physique at times. She's not like openly sexual in the gym. Like some bitches, they come in that bitch with damn near panties and a bra on. Like they be tripping. Ain't complaining, you dig? But nigga got something to look at while he working. That's what that really be though. Niggas need something to look at, All right, last 25. Oh. $100. Yeah. That wasn't hard. It was really just the floor being dirty. But it's all good. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, today was smooth. I got my door fixed today. I went to a spot. They buy a place. They fix it for free. Whew. I didn't feel like paying for that shit. But I mean I would have paid for it, but it was probably like $25. Cause I was trying to do it myself, but I couldn't do it. Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like I couldn't find the piece that you put the thing in. But he found it and I don't know, they fixed it up for me for free though. Some spot in Pasauken. I think it's called start with a P, I think. Like Pure or something. I don't know. But yeah, they got me right. I mean I was talking to some dude too as I was waiting. It was some Indian guy. He was some IT guy. So we're talking to him. And I was telling him, he's like, oh, what do you do? Like I work for my mom business and I sell stuff on the side. And he was like, oh, your mom owns her own business? I like, yeah, just do the counseling and stuff like that. He's like, yeah, I want to own my own business. I was like, yeah, I mean, that sounds cool. I think that I'm gonna say that's like 25. But we're gonna do 100 of these. But I was telling him, I was like, yeah, I try to start up a couple businesses, and like it's pretty hard. Like depending on your niche that you're in, it's pretty hard. I mean, every niche is gonna be hard starting off. But I was like, if you don't know how to build a business, you can just always buy one. Some game for y'all that's watching. You can buy a business. Yeah, maybe franchise. Yeah, you may have to give them percent, but you can't be worrying about other people's pockets. You gotta worry about your own, how much you getting, and you have to realize how much time that you done saved. You got to get the right logo. Got to build a name for yourself. All that takes time. And there's people out there that fine with someone else winning as long as they're winning as well. If you win, I win type shit. Now it's because he like late 40s. I'm like, dog, if you can't, you probably not gonna build no business. Just buy one. You did. Should have got his number, but yeah, he works like IT and at the bank. I'm like, yeah, man, just so that's some game for whoever listening. But yeah, you don't gotta be as. I think that's where a lot of people mess up at. I mean, I'm still dealing. I haven't won. I mean, I always feel as though I'm winning. I always had that feeling like I'm just learning. So like, I ain't tripping off it. As long as I'm moving correctly, then it's all good. I move like a winner, no matter what my situation is. You know, you never know if I'm winning or not. I'm always gonna. I mean, you may know if I'm flexing, but it's rare. I grew up with people that didn't flex. So for me, flexing is like my version of flexing is different from other people's flexing. Like my flexing is me traveling, going to different places, not what I'm wearing, not the type of car I have or clothes I'm wearing. Is more so where I'm at. You know, that'd be the flex for me. Like, oh yeah, I'm in Puerto Rico, or oh, I'm in Jamaica, or I'm. That's my flex. I'm winning if I'm not in America. you know. I mean, even though I always feel as though I'm winning, but it's a psychological thing I do to myself. Is I take things as learning lessons. You know, the only way you lose is if you gave up. So once you give up, then you lost. And I mean, I tried a lot of things. You know, I always tell myself now, what's the smartest thing to do? You know, which is just keep on going. Stop looking at other people. Just focus on yourself. You never know who people know and how long it actually took for them to get where they at. Oh, man. Yeah, so we're doing 4 sets of 25. I'm on my last one. Take a little break. But yeah, you know, yeah, I was sitting there talking to him for a while, telling him I'm planning my next adventure because I was telling him I got a minivan. And I was like, yeah, I cropped the minivan, I'm about to tell him like I travel. So I'm like, yeah, I'm traveling. I was gonna take a trip somewhere and I was gonna stay in the minivan for a little minute, do stuff like that. He's like, oh man, that seems pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, I guess. I mean, I think it's cool, but every time I tell people stuff, I try to not act like it's super cool. I'm like, yeah, just like I am with Coochie, I just be like, yeah, I fuck some bitch, but I mean, who really cares? Can't be all hyped about it, you know. Even though you, even though you is excited about it, but You never know how people feel when you tell someone your dreams. So you just keep it player. You may tell someone your dream, but I mean, it depends who you're talking to. If they should really see like, man, this is really the dream, or yeah, just a dream, something regular. You know, it's all depends on who you're talking to. You know, because some people they can't. I mean, it's subconscious, but you can just tell when someone's passionate about something the way they look. It's in their eyes. You know. But I don't know if everybody studied that form of psychology or body language, but I mean, subconsciously you can probably tell. You know. It was like telling about the fast and all that. There we go, 100. Yeah, man. Mm-mm-mm. It's so funny, right? I was talking to my brother about it. But you ever see a white girl that look like she sleeps with black guys? Like females, they have like this. I don't know if it's a black thing with like the energy of black guys, but you can just tell if that chick sleeps with black guys. Like like it's like I don't. It's like a stain that they will forever have. Like you can just tell, like, nah, they. I guess some like it's one of these white chicks I be seeing at the gym, and some black guy always talking to her. And in my head, I'm like, she don't look like she even sleep with black guys. Like she doesn't have no black stain on her. Black guys probably find her interesting and talk to her. But she don't look like she has a black stain. Because usually you can tell if a chick getting fucked by black guys. You can just tell. Like they have a certain look to them. But it's crazy because one day she came and her daughter was she brought her daughter to the gym, and her daughter was white as a ghost. So I'm like, yeah, I ain't surprised. In my head, I was telling myself, I'm like, she don't look like she sleep with black guys. She probably think black guys are cool, like, oh yeah, cool, but she probably hit probably like one or two, maybe in her lifetime, maybe. Because the right black guy, that'd be the whole danger. Sometimes you can tell because I learned through certain like white chicks is like they're sometimes a chick fantasy could be black guys, could be, you know, but she's but her family would never accept her for sleeping with going with black people, you know, me, even I mean some people are like, oh, that's racist, but what I mean, black guys fuck white chicks and don't bring around their family or their mom. That's me. I've been with white chicks. They never seen my mom. Never did. I bring black chicks around my mom, but black and Spanish chicks, I bring them around. But snow bunnies, never. The white chicks, they be bad too, but I don't know. It's just like a psychological thing. Even though I know my parents, they accept it, they don't really care. Black people, they really don't care. Black parents don't care. You know, as long as they kid happy, they don't care. Like it's rare, even though I mean everyone. Um, I mean it depends how you grew up. Like everyone morals are different from other families. Like my family, like we value just family and travel time. You know, what are we doing together? That's what we value. You know, even though we're not super close, but we are somewhat close. Like we do things together. Like I'm not the type that I call my sister and my brother every day. Hey, what you doing? Let's go hang out. I hung out with my sister a couple times, but hung with my brother a couple times, but Never like some, oh yeah, like let's hang out. You know, like I was super cool with them. Once they got their family, they was pretty much gone. You know. But that's just the part of growing up, though. To be honest, I mean that's what I think. My version of life, because some you talk to some people like they grown, you know, they always hang out with their family. I would just my family just. But anyways, we're gonna do 100 of these push-ups. You know, get the shoulders right. You know, shoulders are key. Don't forget the shoulders. You know, it changes your posture as well too. You going, you know, that's the whole thing about getting fit, right? Is you you're not supposed to be big and be hunched over and stuff like that. Like, nah, show. Even though subconsciously with guys, you know, we try not to look a certain way, you know, because I don't know if it's a challenge. Like men, like we tend to challenge each other. Like, who the fuck this nigga think he is? All brolic and shit. I'll kill him. Like, you know, like, or like, what he doing with all that money, man? I'll rob him. Or, you know, or they got this jealousy, envy, so people try to hide certain things because it's in a real world of men, they're wolves. There are people that are plotting and scheming on you, you know? So you always got to be careful, you know? But I mean, yeah, you know, walk with your chest up, you know? Feel good about yourself, you know? It was so actually today, it's who oh, it's some guy. He comes with some chick, right? He's gay. And I see him today. This nigga had on a fucking like a dress, some shit, some fashion shit with fucking makeup on. I'm like, dog, what in the world is this? Like, I was like, bruh. You know, I mean, he's not in shape, but it's so funny because I see it's like people they express themselves differently. Like I say, like with me, when I was insecure about myself, I would just sleep with a whole bunch of females. Didn't matter if I liked them or not. I would just sleep with them just to feel better about myself. So when I see him do that, and he didn't even work out, like I was like, what the fuck? He just walked around. I don't know what he did, but the glimpse I didn't see him like out in the gym. I just seen him walking inside, and he had like this fashion shit on with the makeup. I'm like, oh look, I was like, what the fuck? Like this is a gym. This isn't that. This isn't a fashion show. And I was telling myself, I was like, you know, he's probably doing what I would do. You know, like instead of him sleeping with a whole bunch of people, it's more so make myself put on the fashion stuff and put on the makeup so I don't have to do that. You know, I feel good about myself when I do this. You know, it's one of those things. You know, it's like that's what I'm saying. Like people, we all do the same things, but just in different ways. You know, other people masks are different from other people masks. You know, yeah, that shit was crazy. I'm like, you know, but who am I? You know, I always tell myself that. This is like a saying that I say, like, who am I? Like, I ain't nobody. You know, you know, you did. You don't gotta listen to me. And you know, it's crazy too. Even when I went to go fix a car, I'm talking to the dude. He was like, "So what do you like? What are you learning?" He asked that. I told him, I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm in school for this." He's like, "Oh," he like. Then he asked again, cause I'm sitting there talking. He's like, "What?" He like, "What are you learning?" And I said, "Are you talking about something else?" Because sometimes like I feel like when I get to talking, some people they get surprised like, when I start talking about and the information I'm spilling to them. They like, what the fuck? I mean, I ain't no fucking brilliant genius or whatnot. I mean, you dig? But I know in you know throughout space and time, like I'm a fucking idiot. But everything is just ego driven for me. You dig? So I'm gonna call myself this brilliant, smart guy, but in ether and space, I know nothing. You know, I mean, I know something. You know, but I'm not enlightened. I mean, I believe I am, but it's levels to enlightenment. You know, I'm enlightenment aware. I would say that. I would say that. Like, like these books I'm reading, they talking about all these foreign places and stuff like that. I'm the type to fucking go there. Like, you know, like what the fuck they talking about that spot there? Man, I already take a plane. Like, or you know, because like I'm saying, like, and here be the thing, like my belief, right? It's this book. I didn't tell y'all about. I didn't read it yet because I told you I gotta finish some books before I get that. Just some book like Golden Cities. And let's talk about this master teacher. He talks about all these different beings, stuff like that, and all these secret places that you can go to that either the beings live or like talks about inner earth, talks about a whole bunch of stuff. The places you can go. Like even like the what's it called? The place that Adam and Eve was at, the that place, it talks about that, like that's on earth, you know? And they got like the fruit of knowledge and stuff like that, all this type stuff that you can go there. Of course, probably now you probably, I mean, is it most likely heavily guarded? Yeah. but but yeah, it talks about places like that. I forgot the Garden of Eden. Yeah, that spot. But this book I'm reading was talking about that, and it said that you're gonna realize once you go there that you was actually like you're a naked human that went inside the forest, basically. Now you're with the savages and all that. Like you're not in a heavenly place. Like you're not there. You left there. You know. But and this is the other thing, right? That's deep, but talks about these different beings like they make humans, right? And they use them for their bidding. It's like this. Imagine this, right? Imagine you're this mad scientist, right? You you know anatomy, you know biohacking, you know all these things. You know how to create a human in a lab, like you know how to do that, right? And what they say is that these beings they will create a species of humans for a deed to do, you know. And I'm like, what the fuck? And they break it down what the being look like, and like it's crazy. You can call it conspiracy theory, or you can just say it's a book that just making some fairy tale stuff. Me personally, I believe anything can exist. I believe that. I have that belief that anything can exist. Like why that thing can't exist, right? Because it's like this. The reason why I say this is because it's like they say we only discovered 10% of the ocean, or they be like majority of America is truly forest, you know, or we haven't discovered this and that. So it's so many things that can exist that it's out of our comprehension because we don't see it on a day-to-day basis, you know, or we believe like nah, it's no way, you know, like yeah, that's why I believe traveling, moving around, seeing different things, because I believe anything can exist. Like why that thing can exist, throughout space and time, you know. You gotta think of it like that. Like you think it's only one species of human. There's no like even like a different race is different. Like black people are different from white people. White people are different from Asian people. Asian people are different from Indian people. Like those are even though we look the same. Let's say we both got arms, legs, and a brain. You know, but just physically we look different. So we may have I'm not gonna say we have a different creator. Because I believe you had to The creator of the human species is a creator for that, you know. Then like then you have the creator of all, you know. It's like I don't know. I always believe it's just different levels to things. You know, it's not just one playing field. We all got the information. Boom, we the top of the food chain. And my belief system is none of that. Like, come on now, let's be serious. Yeah, humans, we're the smartest things out here. You know, I know I'm in a basement, but you think, man, let's be serious. You know, that's why I try not to get inside, the politics and this and that. Like, all that shit's irrelevant for a nigga like me. Like, I don't even care. You know, as long as I can move around and trade currency, that's it. Man, I'm trying to go here, boozy, blase, blase. Like, whatever you believe's cool. Hey, man, cool. Fine with me. As long as you ain't bothering me. That's how I view things. I think that's why I couldn't really keep a job, to be honest with you. Like, come on now. I remember I would leave a job if a manager even talk crazy to me. I'm like, man. Right. I remember I was working at Domino's. Oh man, I still remember those days, man. I remember I was working at Subaru warehouse. That was a temp agency job. Then I was working at Domino's doing delivery, and I was selling carts, like the cartridge. I was selling them. So sadly, my mic died as I was talking. Of course, something like this happens in my life. But anyways, get back to the story. So basically, I'm selling carts, which is, if you don't know what a cart is, basically that's like, it's like the oil joints, like the weed things, right? I'm selling that before weed was legal, right? This is during COVID too, by the way. And I was working at Subaru and Domino's. So I would wake up at 7 until like 7 to 3. Then afterwards, I'll be working at Domino's. And as I'm doing Domino's, I'm what's it called? I'm selling the carts as I'm like going throughout my deliveries and stuff like that. And I'm feeding for the tips and stuff like that. I had a Nissan, so I'm speeding, like I'm just flying down the highway. But anyways, what's it called? I'm doing all these things. I'm never home. Like at this point, my TV, I don't even know how to even turn on a TV because that thing's not on. My video game, that's non-existent. At that point, I was already probably thinking about selling it because I'm not on that. And social media, I was pretty much, I probably deleted social media because all I was doing was just either getting some money or I was at the club. Like, and I used to go to the strip club at this time too. So with the money I would get, stupidly, even though I always had a good time with spending my money, you dig? But to get to it right with the manager. Anyway, so boom, I remember one day I'm at Domino's, right, and I'm doing like 3 orders, and the people, they was complaining. So it was this new guy. He had to cover for the manager. Like, he used to just be making a pizza, but he been there the longest before. He been there the longest out of all the people that was there. So he had to cover for the manager because he was leaving. So this is his first day, right? First day. He everybody complaining about me taking all the orders. So I'm like, all right, I told him, I was like, y'all can take the orders. I'm gonna just chill in my car. Y'all can stack up. I sit in my car. I end up falling asleep, right? He knock on my door. Don't. He like like if you ain't working, you can leave. I looked at him like, this guy not talking to me. As a matter of fact, I'm out. Like, like, I'm not the type to just argue. Like, You know, I already feel as though I'm that nigga at the time. So like me arguing with some nigga that got a Domino's hat on, thinking he the man. That's not it. I ain't finna talk to you. Like you dig? I'm just out. So I remember I picked the joint, like the sign. I just took that shit inside and I just dipped. Like I'm like, fuck, I'm already making money. Like I'm not even tripping. Like I'm overworking it. I'm telling myself like I'm like 19, 18, 19. Not that, I think like 19. I'm 19 in time. Like I'm making money. Like I ain't finna trip over no Domino's employee. Like my ego is that at that point, right? So it was like certain times like in my life, like you can't, like even now, like dog, like I look at people and I'm like, dog, like you think I'm finna respect you? Come on now, like your ego is a Domino's manager. You did, you talking to me all crazy, you know? And actually, it was cause like I was really being nice. Like I was like the reason why like I took a nap just because I was just fucking exhausted. But it was like people were saying, yo, you taking all the orders? Like first you complaining about me taking the orders. So I was like, you know what, fuck, I'm gonna just chill. Y'all can have the orders. And it's crazy, right? So I pretty much leave. I come back later, right? And I give them like I check in like the money I made from the John. I kept my tips and I just quit, right? The next day, the manager that owned that Domino's, he called me. He's at the other Domino's. He like, yo, I heard what happened. Like, can you just come over here? Blase, blase. I was like, man, nah, I'm out. Like, I just stopped working at Domino's. Like, dude was talking to me crazy. Like, I mean, even he didn't really talk to me crazy, but it was just like, come on, like you have your ego is in Domino's. Like, you really gonna talk to me crazy, and you're not even a manager, dog. Like, who are you? But man, it's all good. But and it was crazy too. I was making money. I was at the strip club. I spent all that money. All that money I was making during that time. Spent all that. You know, it was crazy during that time. That's when I got my Nissan. I was driving a Honda, but when it got hit, and that's when like, cause I had like I was doing like three things, and I just got the Nissan not too long ago, and I was never home, even though like I'm home, but like I'm working. But it's like during that time, it's like it was just like I was just, man, you know, life was good. You know, I'm fucking some stripper. Like I'm like, oh man, I feel like I'm on top of the world. So you know, some nigga he gonna try to kill that shit. You're like, man, fuck this guy. You know, this dude think he the shit. You dig? But yeah, like it was a smooth joint, man. And yeah, I think the stripper I was with at the time, she was, I don't know, I was with Shorty at the time. I ain't gonna say her name. I should say her stage name. I ain't gonna say her actual name. But nah, I ain't even gonna say that. But yeah, I was just fucking with some strippers. I was just, I don't know, man. I was just should have just been home reading a book or something. But sadly, I was not doing that. Now you catch Ernie, man. I'm, you know, now operate completely different from what I used to be doing, man. Had to be a big change and everything, you know. But hope y'all paying attention to this video, you know, even though y'all missing some solid game that I don't even remember me saying, but you know, I'm just doing a little voiceover. But anyways, what I was gonna say, yeah. Anyways, I'ma just the rest of the video is just gonna probably just be a nice little song or something smooth, and yeah, church on the move, man.